What is going on, brothers and sisters? Eric Rosen here, your internal strength coach, here to show you how to overcome your greatest challenges so you can shine your brightest light. It is Thursday, January 2nd, 2019. Thanks for being here. We're going to talk today about integrity. So, integrity has a few meanings. It means the process of being whole, it means honesty, it means ethics, it means morals. A lot of times when we use it, in our day-to-day language, we're really talking about showing up as you know someone that you can count on, because there seems to be kind of a collective um, agreement that's not really an agreement, but it's a perceived collective agreement that ethics and morals are kind of like a societal thing of what is considered good, what is considered bad. But I want you to consider for a moment what integrity is as it applies to the individual level. So my ethics, my morals can be totally different from the person next to me. It doesn't make me a bad person or better than them. Society might try to tell you that because it's not the consensus, but the fact is that, my opinion, as long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as your intentions are not dishonest and deceitful, that, whatever morals you choose to abide by, you're acting in integrity. And what actually got me thinking about this is there's people that show up and what they perceive is integrity, but it's not necessarily integrity that they set for themselves. For example, people that are constantly showing up for others, um, when others need help, when someone comes and asks them for something, um, just pretty much giving freely and thinking that that is showing up in integrity, because if someone needs you, that you're always supposed to be there. The thing of it is that might be this, perceived collective agreement that you're supposed to always be helping people. But what's interesting about it is that if you're not creating boundaries for yourself, for your time, for your energy, creating your own, morals and ethics that are in alignment with you on what you know is true to yourself, which is going to come from deep within, it's going to come from within the heart, then you're essentially not acting in alignment, and you're not only doing a disservice to yourself, but you're doing a disservice to others. Because the truth is that if you're really in alignment with your own integrity, with your own morals, that is actually going to align with helping other people anyway. It's just going to align in a way that allows you to be the most efficient by accessing your purpose to help the most amount of people. So example, maybe your friends and family, have certain expectations on you, and you don't like to disappoint. You like to fulfill those expectations. So therefore you keep showing up, because integrity can be projected onto you too. In fact, it seems to be that it is a lot, just like society as a collective may project it. But maybe said person, maybe their true integrity is actually showing up for a much broader group of people, that they're actually meant to help a larger audience, and that they're actually doing a disservice to everyone, including themselves, by playing it small, by not acting in alignment and only giving their time and their energy to, say, their family, their friends. If they could actually go out and help a wider range of people, that's going to actually reflect back on to that person as well as their friends and family. So it's a way of not monopolizing somebody's time and energy. I think of this, I'll give you a personal example for me. Um, as a Capricorn, somebody who historically has always been pretty structured, pretty disciplined with things. Communication is obviously a big deal for me. You see me showing up in videos. I love to communicate. I love to speak on what I feel. And I know when texting first became a really big thing, I'm old enough to remember when that was. Um, I remember that I was always very diligent about not only texting people back in a relatively short period of time, but also making sure that I text people back, you know, excuse me, what's the word I'm looking for? I would text them back pretty quickly, and I would answer every text, excuse me, and I would also, respond to every, idea. We'll say idea, not necessarily statement, but idea or question that they said in their text message, thinking that that was showing up in integrity, that it was being, um, you know, just kind of showing up and meeting the things that they asked me and just addressing their ideas and, making them feel like they matter. Well, the thing is that everybody does matter, okay, when they contact me. But the thing is that if I stop to not only address every single text that comes through, like idea for idea, question for question, if I'm responding like really quickly, I might be interrupting solid blocks of time for myself that I need to get into like a flow and a creative mode, where I'm not being distracted by external just inputs, like this is why a lot of times people talk about putting the phone on do not disturb or doing things like not checking their email, just anything that's an interruption that can even constitute multitasking can interrupt this flow state. So by being in this flow state, perhaps I'm able to do my best work and I'm able to reach the most people. Whereas there's this one person texting me and I'm thinking that I'm actually acting in integrity, when in reality, my integrity is the manifestation that I want to see happen, my intentions that I've set on the things that I want to do in my life. That is truly staying in integrity, and I've made sure that those intentions are in alignment with what is truly deep down in myself, as well as helping others. Okay, so maybe, for you guys out there that get upset, like just because I'm using this as an example, someone doesn't text you back right away, or it takes them a long time to text. The thing is that that person might be just hopefully showing up in their integrity for their life. It doesn't mean that you're not important. It just means that they're doing their thing. So don't be afraid to set these boundaries. Do not. The big thing that comes out of this when integrity is projected onto you, or you're trying to meet what you think is status quo for integrity, is guilt, okay? And that is the worst thing. It's that guilty feeling of feeling like, oh, I didn't respond to this person, or I need to take care of that, or this, that, or the other thing. You gotta put that shit aside, those feelings, and just know that you are acting in alignment with what it is that you need to do. And this doesn't mean like going and blowing people off left and right. This doesn't mean like being rude to anybody. I mean, someone can approach me and say and ask me for something, and there is a polite, compassionate way for me to tell them, there's better ways to say it, but like, no, thank you, or I'm sorry, but I have prior commitments, just however that looks. And again, it's okay, because if your integrity is in alignment with you, you are going to be making an impact and helping people anyways. So don't worry about meeting everybody's expectation of you, just worrying about other people. Like, worry about your integrity, okay? That's it. That's what you got to focus on. If you're going to be focused on everybody else and worried about their judgments, their projections, and what they think of you, then such a disservice, because it's actually a breakdown in your own integrity. Assuming that you've said, this is what I'm in alignment with, and this is my integrity. You go outside of that to please others, that's a breakdown. So hope this helps you guys. It really helped me just thinking about this, because at first this concept didn't like process for me, just because it was really just a subconscious pattern for me, thinking that there's certain things that I do in my life that are in integrity. But when I actually really take a look at the things that I do that were patterns, that were habits, it's like, wow, this actually is not in alignment with my integrity of what I have set intentions for. So thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.